Excuse me, and welcome back to the Homemade Podcast Sports with your host Jay Pops. Guys, on this latest edition, the Aggies have dominated the NIT tournament so far. This comes to really no surprise of ours if you are, an Aggie fan and if you've been watching the Aggies play basketball. But this comes to no surprise, man. So, first and foremost, hello to everybody and thank you to everybody. I'm pretty sure that everybody is aware by now of the new women's basketball coach that will take over the legacy of Gary Blair. Her name is Joni. Is it Joni? Believe it's Joni Taylor, if I'm not mistaken. But that is the new basketball coach for the women's basketball team. Okay? I believe that she would do great things in Aggie Land. As on yesterday night, when they introduced her, man, that's probably the biggest standing ovation that I've seen them do for a coach ever since Jimbo Fisher was hired. Please believe in what I'm saying, okay? That's one of the biggest things, man. I'm very, very excited for where this program is going to head with her being, at the helms. Her record so far, I seen that she had more wins than losses. So, hey, that's about all I need to know. I'm not going to sit up here and put out some false statements like I know her whole resume. I'm not going to do that. All I do know is that she came from Georgia. Once again, howdy to all the Georgia fans out there. Believe it or not, Georgia's going to turn into a rivalry in a minute because we keep on stealing their coaches. So, Georgia, I don't know how much money you guys have to play with over there, but for whatever reason, whatever coach you keep on putting on that staff will come to get you. Kirby Smart talking to you. Anywho, let's keep on going here. So, with the hire of Miss Joni Taylor, I expect to see this recruiting take a big bump. I expect it to take a big bump. Also, I expect the Aggies women's basketball team to be ranked pretty high, baby. I believe her first year, it will not be like this year. I believe her first year will be phenomenal, okay? So please, man, just keep that in mind. Once again, her press conference was on today. So if you guys want to go and check that out, I'm pretty sure that's on YouTube on one of the Texas Aggies page, or you can just type in Texas A&M Athletics. Once again, it is on the YouTube page. If you guys have the 12th Man mobile app, just like I do, you can go on there, check out the interview, and keep on going from there, man. I promise you, you're going to love it. I have not seen the interview yet, but I will, okay? I'm looking at Eric Mears, man. Shout out to you. Got the door open today, Pops. It's a beautiful day here in Aggie Land. Oh, yes, it is. It is. Please excuse that sound. That's my wife pulling up my car as she has used. So let's get into it, man. So buzz. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I hope that my sound has not faded out here. As my wife is in my car, so I know my sound is probably went out as it's connected to my Bluetooth, unfortunately. There we go. You guys should be able to hear me now. It's going to be a whole lot taken out of that because my wife pulled up my audio connected right on to my car. So please excuse me on that. I did not say nothing that you guys have missed, okay? What you talking about? We got you, man. We can barely hear the car. All right, so anywho, I thank the Aggies women's Twitter page for giving me that shout out. I thank them a whole lot for that, as one of my comments was on the feed. Crazy, right? But one of my comments was on the actual picture that they posted on Twitter. And if you guys want to check that out, please go and do so. Also, I will have that in my community section on where I post things and stuff like that. So on to the NIT tournament. The NIT tournament was heavily dominated by Texas A&M once again. They put a licking on Wake Forest. Do you hear me? They done that from start to finish. Don't get me wrong. I was not tuned into the whole game, actually watching it, play by play because I was at work. However, it was on my phone playing while my speaker was on. Please trust me, I would not miss an Aggie event that is really, really big. Please trust me when I say that, okay? I will not miss an event like that. Also, with my 12-man mobile app, I will be able to get a lot of events. I already have my Xfinity mobile app. You guys need to get that, and ESPN app. Please get that so you guys can see these baseball games. I have not had a chance to sit down and watch baseball at all. All right, so that's why I'm not speaking of it like that. But that game in particular, they totally dominated. That was a dominating game from start to finish, like I say, and that was more of a Buzz Williams, hey, come on out here with intensity, and we're not going to stop, okay? So, from my understanding, these guys want to be in Madison Square Garden. This NIT tournament is something really, really big for the foundation of this program and really big for Buzz Williams, okay? This will go a long way into playing the recruiting game so far as basketball is concerned. This is for the people out there that's once again that's saying stars don't matter. I will continue to come on here and say stars do matter. And I believe that Buzz Williams can deal with guys with stars behind their names. Okay? Also, it's a 5-star point guard. Or I believe that he's the point guard. He decommitted from LSU. Please be looking for that young man to give the Aggies a visit. Okay? Buzz Williams has reached out to this young fella to join the program. That's why, this is the reason why I sit here and I tell you guys this. Okay? You guys tell me this and that, and I come back with something else. All right? The only problem is that Buzz hasn't been able to get these guys because he doesn't have anything to show. This here will solidify anything going forward as to, okay, well, Buzz, show me. Look at how the way we dominated NIT tournament. All right, this was a team. Those guys wanted that. Shout out to Quinn Jackson. Quinn Jackson wants this. Okay, he wants to be there in Madison Square Garden. We're on to the Final Four. We are on to the Final Four. Just to give you guys a heads up, the NIT tournament for the next 2 years at least will not be played in Madison Square Garden anymore. And from my understanding, it will not be played in Madison Square Garden at all going forward. This year will be the last year. This will be phenomenal if our Aggies can take over this NIT tournament and win the last NIT tournament game in Madison Square Garden. From my understanding, it's been playing there since 1938. It's time for us to take the last of the last and hang it in our trophy case, okay? What I did not know, and this is how much I don't look at Texas things, but this is what I did not know. I did not know that Texas men's basketball has not won a national title, none whatsoever. So, why do I say this? Well, because they comment on everything that I post nowadays. I can't believe how the way they come and comment like they just have all the titles. No, you don't. You don't have a men's title. Okay? You don't have a men's basketball title. I thought they did. From my understanding, I thought they did how the way they comment on everything. But they don't. Texas A&M, North Texas, the two most dominant programs in the state of Texas, so far as college is concerned, they don't have any national titles in basketball. We have one in women's basketball, and I believe Texas has one in women's basketball. So we're even there. Men's basketball, we don't have anything. What's the problem here? So the problem is this here. Who will make it to the big dance so far as the national title game first? Baylor has already made it. They've got one. They can throw that up in our face. Okay? Any day, anywhere. Texas Tech has made it to the big dance. Just so happened they lost during the Sweet 16, though. All right, Sweet 16 comes on tonight. Make sure that you guys are tuned in as well as I will be tuned in. I may be rooting for Texas Tech because the simple fact of I love how the way that program supports their basketball team because they know that they're a basketball school now. But anyway, but anyways, I will be tuned in. Okay. My chances will be with Arkansas. I cannot stand Arkansas, but my chances will be with Arkansas. All right. So, anywho, man, let's continue to go forward. So, the 2023 football recruiting. Who will lead the way? Who will lead the way on this? Okay. As of right now, let me go to all of the guys that we have on board. Okay. So these are the guys that we have on board so far. This is it. And as of right now, so far as 2023 football recruiting is concerned, excuse me for my country accent, as I've been told. So far, Texas A&M sits at number 20 in the football recruiting rankings with only 3 commits. Of course, the one decommitment came from Eli Holstein. Are we still jumping on Eli Holstein? Yes, we are. All right, we will still be in contact with Eli Holstein. Do not know if he will recommit back. To be honest with you, I do not believe that he will recommit back. I don't know where he will maybe go. Chances are is that he may just go to Oregon, I believe, to maybe be with Dan Lanning, or he may just stay at home with LSU. Okay, that's a whole lot going on there. Once again, I do not know why he decommitted in the first place. From his understanding and mine, he said it had something to do with the coaching change. I don't know if he's just talking about the recruiter or what it may be. All right, so this here is what we're looking at. So as of right now, Anthony James is a part of this class. Johnny Bowens is a part of this class. Both of these guys are defensive linemen. And Colton Thompson, the 3-star, is a part of this class as well. Who will lead the way so far as getting a lot of recruits to commit to this class? As of right now, these guys are pretty silent. I believe they will turn the noise up after this spring game visit. Which reminds me, we have a lot of guys on this visit sheet. I will tell you about it in just a second, okay? I will tell you guys who to be looking for in this spring game visit sheet. One of these guys that was on there for the 2022 class last year was the guy who I told you about, Mr. Bobby Taylor. I followed Bobby heavily. I knew Bobby was every bit of what he said he was. And what did he do? He delivered at the end of the day. Okay? I saw him at that spring game, just like I told you guys. I saw him at that spring game. It was something about that guy that got my attention. Okay? It was something about that guy that got others' attention at that game to where they were taking pictures with the young man. And he hadn't even much stepped on the field yet. But it's just the vibe that he had coming in let a lot of people know that I think we have a game changer. What we did not know was that we had a game changer in recruit. Okay? Bobby Taylor, indeed, helped the 2022 class get to the #1 spot. All right? He told you guys that. It was others that helped as well, but I'm just talking about him in particular. He did everything he had to do as a vocal leader to get this class to be in the #1. The thing about that 2022 class is that others took part into playing a certain part into getting the #1 class as well. That is what I'm telling you, that I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before, and I do not expect any class to try to live up to what they did. Okay? Let me just make that really, really known, because there's going to be a lot of pressure on this 2023 class, because some of you guys out there are going to look for this class to be like the 2022 class. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. I do not expect the 2023 class to be like the 2022 class. Do I expect them to be better? In certain positions, yes. Okay? But do I expect them to get the #1 class this year? No, I do not. I honestly do not. However, we will be a number 3 class. All right? Mark my words on that. Why do I think that will be number 3? Because the writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall. If we're not number 3, we're number 4. The teams that I see pulling out the number 1, 2, 3 classes in front of us is, I believe, number 1 this year will be Ohio State. I believe this will be their first number 1 class, and probably in a very long time. But I believe that Ohio State will have the number 1 class this year. Why do I believe that? Because it's something that's going to happen up there at Ohio State that a lot of people are going to look at and be like, God, dog, it's going to happen. I've already visioned this. It's going to happen. So Ohio State will pull out the number 1 class. Number 2 class will be from Alabama, Crimson Tide. The number 3 class, I believe, will be either Texas A&M or Georgia. Okay? Georgia will pull out a number 1 class probably next year or the year after that. Everybody just has to see what direction Kirby Smart is going to go in. But I believe Ohio State will have the number 1 class this year. Believe in what I'm telling you. All right? I don't like Ohio State. Ohio State don't like me. But I respect the grind that they do to pull in those top players like that. All right? So I have no problem with that. All right? Now, from my understanding, listening to Mike Roach on yesterday, the guy that's really, really close to the Texas program and one of their recruiting analysts, this is what he said. And no, this is not about Texas, but this is going to play into what I'm going to tell you. This is what he said. It's going to be a lot of guys on campus this upcoming weekend for Texas. One of those guys specifically is Anthony Hill, the 5-star linebacker. Now, along with Anthony Hill, it's going to come Arch Manning, I believe. He will be down there for the 3rd visit. Texas has already put their crystal ball on landing Arch Manning. Okay? They've already done it. They believe that they got him and nobody else does. All right? Also, Joe Anthony Cook, 5-star wide receiver from DeSoto, Texas. Longview, by the way. Shout out to Haynes King. Where you at? They also feel like they got a lock on him, too. They feel like they got a lock on Anthony Hill. These are the 3 guys that Texas feel like they have. This is what Mike Roach said that got my attention. And I'm going to make my comment on it. He said that although they had a bad season last year, these guys can lock up the number 1 recruiting class if one of those 3 guys that I just mentioned commits to their program. They have what it takes. You know, because they can sit here and honestly build up to the number 1 class. The reason why everybody believes that they can get the number 1 class now is especially them, is because Texas A&M done. You guys need to understand what happened when we got the number 1 class. Everybody believes that they can get a number 1. Texas A&M got a number 1 class. So why can't we get a number 1 class? That's the motto now. In which I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. The only problem is that I don't believe they'll probably hit on any of those targets. I just honestly don't. However, with Texas A&M, I believe this guy here will put Texas A&M at the top of the recruiting mountain or somewhere in there for, like I say, the number 4 class or number 3 potentially. It's linebacker Anthony Hill. I believe that if Anthony Hill decided that he wanted to commit today, I believe he'll go to Texas A&M. I strongly believe that. Also, David Hicks is another one. These are the guys, once again, that I'm about to name, that I believe that could get Texas A&M to be in that top class, top recruiting class for 2023. David Hicks, Anthony Hill Jr., Joe Anthony Cook, 5-star wide receiver. Who else behind that? There's a couple of more guys that's behind that, but those guys in particular, will move Texas A&M's needle up the radar. All right. So once again, David Hicks is one that I'm following for sure, because I believe that that young man will be the first 5-star to commit to Texas A&M. I believe shortly after that, Anthony Hill will be another one that commits to Texas A&M. All right. I believe that honestly. The only thing about David Hicks that Texas will preach to him. And I say Texas specifically because those are the guys that okay, come on. Truth be told, that's the school that we're recruiting against. I know it's everybody else, but that's the school that we're recruiting against, man. I'm sorry. They're going to do everything in their power to make sure that Texas A&M does not land the top class again. So this is what's going to happen. He's going to go up there for a visit to Texas. David Hicks, by the way, he's going to go up there for that visit. They're going to tell him everything in their power to say that you will not be starting on that defensive line anytime soon. Why would you go there when you can come here in which we're needing help on our defensive line and we can get you on in there? This is what they're going to tell him. Please be ready for all of this. I'm not wrong with what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a fact. Okay? Not only Texas, though. Alabama will say this. Georgia will say this. LSU will say this. It will be all of the blue blood programs that will say this because of the simple fact of that A&M is not a blue blood program, but they have talent. Why would you go up there with all of that talent? That's too much talent up there, man. Like, why do you want to go and play for them? You come down here and play for. Also, they ain't won a darn thing since 1938. National title, by the way. Okay, they won the Orange Bowl. Okay, they won the Cotton Bowl, stuff like that. But what have they really won? They ain't won nothing. These are the things that they will say. Period. It's been going on for years. It will not stop. Okay? This is what you will hear if you're an A&M fan. To all the new A&M fans, this is what you're going to hear going forward. To all the new A&M commits, this is what you're going to hear going forward. They haven't won nothing. Why would you go there? Also, if you're playing on offense, why would you go and play for Jimbo Fisher's offense? That offense is so stale. These are the things that you will hear. Okay? This is it. This is what you'll hear. Anthony Hill, man, come on, man. You're going to go up there to A&M? Why? It ain't like you're going to go win best linebacker of the year playing for that team. These are the things that they will say. All right, so you guys need to get ready for this. You need to be ready. You need to be ready. These are the things. I know this already, man. I know how recruiting works. All right, so once again, if we land those two guys, everybody's going to be upset again. Everybody, Sliced Bread is going to come into the picture again. He's going to enter the chat room. Also, another guy is this one here. And if we land this guy, this is going to piss the state of Alabama the hell off. Tony Mitchell, 5-star cornerback from Alabaster, Alabama. Do you not know that Alabama wants him bad? Do you not know that Auburn wants him bad? If he commits to Texas A&M, then that further lets me know where in the hell this direction is going for Texas A&M in the future. No, man, we're not done yet. Why do you guys keep on thinking we're not done yet? How many times do y'all want me to say this? We're not done. We're planting the Texas A&M logo flag in every state. Not just our own backyard. We're planting it in every state, man. I love recruiting. That's why you see me so passionate about it. I love recruiting. This is where it starts at. If you do not recruit, you won't do anything. And if you do recruit, you don't develop, you won't do anything. I love this, man. This is the nature of college football. That's why I watch this more than the NFL now. Okay? I love my Texans to death. But I watch college very heavily. I know these guys when they go to the league. They didn't just pop up on my radar today. I know these guys. I love to see young talent get recruited. The thing I respect about Jimbo Fisher, And the reason why he will continue to sign the top 5 class is because he does not believe in the transfer portal. The reason why I respect Nick Saban is because he does not believe in the transfer portal. They love talent. The reason why I believe in Kirby Smart is because they do not believe in the transfer portal. You see where I'm going with this? Just so happened, all of these guys came from the same tree. Nick Saban. They all cut from the same cloth. They love raw talent just as much as we do. Let me see impact talent coming in. They don't want to go to transfer. No, man, we transfer. No, they don't want to go to the transfer portal for what? We have talent right here. Go and recruit them. This is the reason why they keep coming in. Also, this is a guy that you all need to watch, in which I'm trying to state my case for this young man. Okay, this is one you all need to watch. Dante Moore, quarterback. If we get him, you best believe he's going to lead charge. But this is another one. All right, and this is just the state of Texas recruits. Also, Jaylen Brown, man, that's another one. You guys better watch him from Miami, Florida. Okay, if we land Jaylen Brown from Miami, Florida, you can best believe Florida will stay mad at us. That's okay, you know. We don't have no problem with it. For what? You're not supposed to. So I'm going to talk about this, and then we're going to end the show for today. So let me go to the state rankings. I love going to the state rankings because I can look up in every state and see what's what. Okay. Understand that the state of Texas is still loaded. It's not loaded like it was last year though. But we still have major talent in here. All right. So as of right now, David Hicks doesn't have a crystal ball, but it's 100% on Texas A&M for David Hicks, and he's the #1 player in the state of Texas right now. All right. So number 2 is Anthony Hill. He's the #2 player. Reuben Owens. Reuben Owens is leaning towards Texas hard. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't Reuben committed to them at one point? If I'm not mistaken, please, somebody has to correct me on that. But Reuben Owens as well. I believe once we get him on campus, let Reuben really see some things, I believe that's going to go 50-50, man. Honestly, it's going to go 50-50. He is still in favor of Texas A&M, as he has Alabama, Texas, Georgia, A&M, and USC in his strong spot in Oklahoma. So this is another one here, but he's 100% kind of crystal ball to Texas as of right now. Javion Tavino. He's the cornerback, and he's the 4th best player in the state of Texas. He's rated nationally at number 25. Okay, that's another one we need to watch. We all know about Jalen Hall. And this is another one as well, but from my understanding, I don't believe A&M has offered him. But this is another one that you guys need to watch. Let me make sure I'm correct on that. Yes. So A&M hasn't offered him, though. Why? I'm not sure, but I don't believe they've been able to go up there and see him. Bravian Rogers. He's a 5-star cornerback as well. He's from LaGrange, Texas. That's the guy that you all really need to watch. Nationally, he's ranked number 36. Once again, these guys that I just mentioned, every recruiter is going to tell them about how much talent is down there in Kyle Field, and you don't need to be going down there and sitting on the bench waiting behind all that talent. Why are you doing it? Come and play for us where you would start right away, which is a lie, and we'll go from there. All right? So this is what Jimbo Fisher was built. He's seen Nick Saban do it. He's seen Kirby Smart do it. He's seen guys sit in that program and wait their turn. Now it's time for us to do the same thing. All right? So this is what we're doing. All right? So before I leave on out of here, because it's in fact that Texas loves to comment on everything that I say, I would say this about Texas. Texas is a copy and paste type of team. Steve Sarkisian, you can bet your bubble that he's going to copy and paste Lincoln Riley's offensive success at Oklahoma of what he did and put it into that Texas program. I'm telling you guys what I know. When you guys watch Texas this year, look at the offense. It's going to look very similar to how the way Lincoln Riley ran his offense. The only problem is that I pick Oklahoma's defense over Texas defense any day. And they ain't got no defense neither. Now, though, with Brent Venables there, I believe that their defense will be very dominant. Once again, it's going to be very copy and paste. It's the reason why he's going for Arch Manning, Reuben Owens, and others, 5-star wide receivers and others, is because he wants to be the number one offense over there. He wants to replicate what OU has did. It's been that way. Truth be told, Texas has always want to replicate whatever Oklahoma has done. Why? Because Oklahoma has 7 national titles. All right, they want to replicate that. Also, Oklahoma has more conference titles. Now, truth be told, both of those programs have more titles than A&M. I said that once before anyway. So what? I'm still here, still a fan. We're still going to sell out our stadium regardless. That's what makes us different. We're going to sell out everything. The only problem of why they keep coming to us is because they're looking at the success factor that we have, in which we're very, very successful. We are. And that won't change. Not now, not never. All right, so understand that. All right, once again, guys, the Homemade Podcast Sports with your host, Jay Pops. As always, please hit that subscribe button. #GigaMax.